strong Metroidvania vibes in that there's like it presents you here's a ton of shit, but you can't access a bunch of it until you at least do these other things first.
I kind of did get quite a bit of, especially with these elevator sequences.
Yeah, clearly loading screens.
I get some pretty big Metroid vibes from it.
Yeah.
I really want to go back and complete Super Metroid at some point.
It's a good game. I don't know why you never did.
I think I still have to get used to its controls.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah,
They're a little bit clunky for me.
Some of them have not. Some of the controls are like... It's a game that came out in, what, 93? And sometimes it really shows.
But I do wanna play it because
Look at that. Flawless. Alright.
you didn't even get hit once during that, did you?
That's why I said it was flawless.
Ah.
Yeah, Super Metroid, I beat it last year, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of parts in the game where it's very obvious this is a game from the Super Nintendo era.
And
I don't know why that's there.
that's one of those games that a lot of people call, like, it's a Metroid fan's Metroid.
Yeah, in that it's really hard for no reason sometimes.
But it doesn't even have to be that the game is hard. It's just kind of like, in order to be properly invested in it, you kind of have to already be familiar with the series and...
Yeah, that's one of those games that there seems to be a lot of plot that, I don't know, probably if you read Nintendo Power in the 90s, you would have been familiar with.
Because, like, going back to Twilight Princess, I think that is kind of like a Zelda fan Zelda in a way. Because that game is, it's not particularly a hard game, but it's like a long haul of a game.
There's a lot of shit in it.
There's a lot to do
I
in that.
find Ocarina to be a really long game, too.
Twilight Princess is kind of just like, it's like Ocarina, but...
More so.
More so.
Oh, great.
It's Ocarina of Time Plus, if you will.
Ugh. I hate it already.
But it does have...
I played a little bit of it, and I found the start was just super slow.
The start is... Again, it's a long haul of a game, and the start is definitely... It's definitely one of the worst parts, but over time I've kind of come to appreciate the start in a way, just because...
Well, it introduces you to the world.
Yeah.
It's just... Sometimes that takes too long.
It's when you incorporate gameplay into the intro.
Yeah, I find that kind of stuff to be a little tedious for the most part. Speaking of tedious, floor traps. These suck. But there are worse... Yeah, see, I can't even really avoid it when you don't have the super fast dash upgrade. There are worse floor traps later on in the game that suck so much worse.
Are they just the fire ones like that, or...?
They are the same trap design, but you will see why they suck so much worse. They're way harder to avoid, and there's usually a ton of them in a row.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's just more of the same, really, reskinned. But until you have... Well, actually, unless you have the chain dash upgrade, they're actually impossible to avoid.
So it's another example of, I'll have to come back and get this.
Yeah, at that point, there really wouldn't be too much left you have to spend on your abilities. Plus, the chain dash really just makes large sections of the game a lot easier. There, we got our first key. Now I need to try to remember where that door was. That wasn't in this area, was it? I don't think it was. I think it was in the last area.
Yeah, I think it's back a ways.
Yeah, it was me adventure gaming there. Yeah, there's nothing I can do here.
Sometimes that pays off.
Oh, often it does, especially in games like this.
There was one of those big things, the things that I think look like cottages.
Yeah, those don't have anything to do with anything, though.
They're just like set pieces.
Yeah, they're just part of the environment.
But there was one of those things in that area.
And we're also playing basically on the eve of the announcement of the newest Castlevania collection, which I'm super excited about.
Oh, me too.
That's going to be... Well, there are a bunch of the NES ones, so those are maybe not going to be super great, but we already been
They
here.
have their fans.
Yeah, I can't play those old... I'm really good at the Metroidvania Castlevania games. Maybe it's just because I need to get good, and there's like... You can just sort of overpower things as you go, but...
It's hard to go back to the classic ones because...
It's so slow!
And
How do you dodge shit?
And you can't control your jumps in midair, so...
I get it. Like, that's not realistic, being able to control your jumps, but it's fun.
And Castlevania 4 introduced that, and the game is a lot better for it. And then for some reason they went and took that out of Rondo of Blood. But yeah, sometimes it's best to just forget about realism and...
Yeah, you don't always need the most realistic shit in a game. Ah, God damn it.
But we did get the Belmont strut from those games, so we have them to thank for that.
Come on, come on, come on. Okay, thank God.
You took the survival horror approach with that room.
Yeah, just avoid it. Plus, I can teleport out once I'm done. I'm gonna have to fight these fuckers. Oh, apparently I missed this last time. Great, I got 3 upgrade points. I'm surprised I missed that.
Yeah.
Yes, here's the... Yeah, here we go. I don't remember what's behind here, though. There's got to be more than just that over here.
Ooh, that is a subtle hint at a secret. Ooh, I love those little, like...
You love those, like, chained animations?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
I get major Sega Genesis vibes from stuff like that. I can't speak for the other two, but Sonic 3 and Knuckles really loved doing the flamethrower effect with those, and a lot of other Sega games, too.
I think because that was, like, the peak... That's more or less the peak of sprite animation from the time.
But yeah, I mostly just get a lot of nostalgic feelings from animations like that.
It's dead, it counts. Oh god.
Hey, I'm not gonna criticize you for dispatching enemies in this. If you can dispatch them and make it through okay, that counts as a win in my book.
That's fair enough. Yeah, here we go. That's Module 3, and that just unlocked a door. We need 3 modules to get through. This, I feel like, is an area that I'm supposed to have the chain dash for.
Well, when the time comes to upgrade yourself, that can be what...
Oh, nice. I got a new outfit. The outfits I've... Goddamn, really? The outfits I've recently discovered actually have different abilities.
Oh.
I didn't know that until I went looking online for a couple of hidden items, and there was like a breakdown of what they all do. For the most part, they're just... yeah, I definitely need the... How much health do I have? Whatever. For the most part, the abilities are just, like, kind of neat, like, oh, it lets you interact with items faster, so you can, like, activate doors and such a bit quicker. One of them restores, like, when you use a health kit, it restores your health faster, which is good, because if you are in the animation of restoring your health and you get hit, it interrupts your healing at wherever it ended up, so it kind of sucks.
Oh. That's...
There's the one that I end up using for the most part is one where actually I'm gonna go back to town and get that chain dash because I'm gonna need it soon. The one that I end up using for the most part is the one that it decreases the amount of time between your sword combos, because you can only hit 3 times in a row before you have to pause, and it just makes it a little bit faster, which is really handy.
That whole getting hit while healing thing. There's this game I've been playing lately called Mulaka, I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of just like a action platformer type of game, but in it you have a healing item, and when he uses the healing item, the animation is like this little kind of tribal dance that the character does. And you really gotta be careful when you use it. Because you definitely don't want to be using it in the middle of a heated battle.
Yeah. So I just got the chain dash.
By the way, 6 sunglasses on that dude.
Yeah, he's a robot. I don't know why he needs sunglasses, but whatever.
I guess robots are aware of aesthetic.
So I just got the chain dash ability, which makes a lot of the challenges a little easier. There is a trophy for being the ultimate chain dash master, and I'd have to check, but I'm fairly certain that you actually need about 800 chain dashes in a row, which is next to impossible on a console. You need to use a mouse and keyboard, and even then you have to get the timing super accurate, so it would kind of suck to...
You can't injure any NPCs in this game, can you?
No.
Okay.
When you're near an enemy or an NPC, it doesn't... he'll actually do a little tip of the hat instead of hitting them.
So, our dude here is quite the polite fellow.
He's polite.
You were saying, because I've been referring to our character as and a lot of other games that he's shown up in.
Oh, right, yes. So the character is the Hyperlight Drifter, but I think it's the European or maybe the Japanese literature that has him called the Magician, which is a way cooler name. And I prefer... I'll probably end up just calling him the Drifter for the most part, but I think Magician's a way better name. I'm going to try to use it as much as I can. Supposedly, as you are the last of your race of a biomechanical species, and a Drifter, I guess, is just a job.
Because that other guy who saved you, he too is a Drifter.
Yeah, and there's actually a bunch in this. There's a bunch of Drifters in this game. And sometimes the enemies just sort of wander into... secret area. Sometimes enemies just kind of wander into environmental hazards, which is nice. They can also hurt each other, has been my experience.
I kind of enjoy that kind of mechanic where enemies can hit each other. I think Resident Evil, that can happen.
Oh, the zombies can hurt each other?
Yeah, I was going through a hallway, and so there's this one hallway where there's already a dead body, and if you try to burn it, it'll get up and it'll be a crimson head.
Boo.
Yeah, it's a dirty trick. But if you're...
Oh, here we go, ambush.
Yep, this looks like a...
Oh no, this is the weird one where you have to... There's nothing, and you go back, and there's an ambush.
Oh.
Go ahead.
I was going through this one hallway, and that crimson head, I had already woken it up, and it tried to go for me, but it hit the zombie that was nearby in the hallway. Which was kind of devious in its own way, because if I don't burn that zombie, it will become a crimson head.
Oh, yeah. But that's how the game teaches you about crimson heads. There we go. This is not that bad of an ambush. This ambush is pretty simple.
They gotta introduce you to the concept in some way.
Well, yeah, and that's... At least it does, like, try to do its own way of explaining something to you.
But yeah, I was gonna say, that area that you were just in, it looks like the perfect spot for enemies to come and ambush you.
And it is.
They just did it in a more...
Shortcut opened up here.
More mischievous manner where, oh, there's nobody here.
They trick
when
you into thinking that there won't
through.
be anything, yeah.
These guys, when I first saw them, I kind of expected them to be like, kind of a poison enemy. It's the color.
Yeah. And
I love when you knock enemies off in this game. Like, when you knock them off of walkable surfaces and they just kind of fall... They keep falling.
They forever fall. Yeah, if you hit an enemy or kill them and then quickly dash down a screen, they'll just sort of fall through 2 or 3 screens. It's really strange.
They're basically falling sideways if you were to look at this from the Drifter's perspective.
See, yeah, I don't even have the power here to deflect attacks with my sword or absorb them by dashing through them, so this really...
Well, these are just all goals that you can work towards.
You can see he sort of disappeared underneath the bridge there.
Because the drifter has a splashing animation when he falls in, so it's just kind of funny expecting the enemies to have a little splash animation, but then they just kind of
vanish. Or they just, like, teleport sideways through space, yeah. And this isn't a game that wastes health pickups if you already have full health. If you already have maximum health kits and you pick up another one, it'll just heal you.
Cool.
As though you'd used it.
And I think they respawn too, because I remember you kind of going through areas 2 times and they would show up.
I think that's only true if you die, or if you like wait long enough. Eventually, yes, it will respawn.
That, or you just kind of passed over it the first time going through.
That's also possible. I'm pretty oblivious to a lot of stuff. I'm sure someone is looking at this and screaming that we already missed something.
Hey, we're doing our best.
And that is the boss door, which I'm not going to interact with yet.
Yep, any kind of large, imposing door definitely has some kind of big enemy behind it.
Yeah, so when I'm fighting these guys, I just kind of have to take the hits until I unlock my abilities. I need a couple more upgrade points still. Yeah, this game is not super long once you know what you're doing.
It kind of has that, like they said, they're kind of going for that Super Nintendo feel where it's like...
There's a lot of stuff you could be doing, or you could do.
And a lot of the length to this game comes from trying to learn how to play it and finding
all your hidden keys and doors or tablets and monoliths and stuff. Like this one here. Don't think there's anything else here for me now. You can check how many... No, I have 3, so I'm going to go back to here. I don't think... Did I go through that 3-piece door yet?
I don't know.
I don't think I did. I'm going to go check it out.
And we're going to look like fools if we did already.
Oh, yeah. It's the one down here on the lower right-hand side. I don't think I did. Looks like I did already. Yes.
Yeah, this looks familiar.
All right, we're an hour in, and I'm already forgetting where I've been. There is an area over here that apparently I can't get to yet. Yeah, see, there's thing here, there's thing here. I guess that... Was that a boss door? I guess it wasn't. Huh.
Whereabouts were you?
I don't know, I didn't check the map.
Because if that red skull was right next to you, then it was the boss door.
Yeah, I didn't look. I guess not, because I had to... There was a thing here for me to activate that I didn't. Nope, I can't go this way.
But that door was big and imposing enough to look like a boss door.
Yes, and no, I'm pretty sure it must have been, but...
I love that. I love that water animation.
Is that, smooth pixels?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, I'll go back here, I guess. Fuck out of here.
I find I have a hard time, kind of getting into a lot of these, like... kind of pixel art indie games. But Hyperlight Drifter is one of those ones that really kind of pulled it off super well.
Yeah, because it doesn't look cheap. It looks really delicately crafted.
The visual style of Hyperlight Drifter, and this is kind of the reason why I bought this game. Well, that and it was my second game I bought on my Switch. There's this other game, it's called Kamiko.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw screenshots of it, I instantly thought of Hyperlight Drifter, because it's kind of got that similar kind of neon look to it.
Right.
And, it's pretty different from this, because it's more of a level-to-level type game.
Right.
And it's a very kind of fast and short game. It really emphasizes speed running. Mostly because when you beat the final boss, it gives you an overall time of your playthrough.
Oh, I hate that. I always feel like I fucked up.
But it doesn't give you like a grade from what I remember. It just says like, this is how long it took you to beat the game.
This is how long it took you to beat the game, you idiot.
It was my first playthrough. I knew that it was gonna take me a while.
See, this time I did way worse. I wasn't really paying attention, though.
Oh, and it took me till the final boss of that game to realize that I could charge up my attacks into a,
No, that was the boss door, yeah.
But we still have one thing to collect before we can enter, right?
No, we can enter it now. Just trying to think of... You know what? I think we must have to beat it, and then...
Just something else opens up for...
Yeah, and then it, like... Because there are paths in this game that can only be accessed after doing certain things, so I'm... How many... No, I'm gonna... No, I must... I'll just do it. We'll see if I can beat it without the absorb or reflectability.
Oh god.
Yeah, he's pretty gross. I think he's wearing the ferret folk as...
This toad is a nasty boy. Ooh, and this music has got this kind of twisted tone to it.
Broken toys. What I like about this dude is he spits out the little nasty plants. But if they... Because when
they explode upon death?
They explode upon death and they catch him, he gets stunned and you can just, like, run up to him and beat him around a little bit. Oof.
And he can damage them himself too, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I guess if he crushes them, they don't explode?
I think they do sometimes. I'm not doing well. Oh, see, there we... Yeah, see, he just hit it, but he didn't stun himself.
He hopped away before it could explode on him.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can hit them while they're kind of lying dead?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of a Bomberman feel to that.
Oof. Yeah, I'm not gonna beat him this time. Oh.
Oh, you got him.
Yeah, but I still...
You're kind of on your...
I'm on my last hit with no health, so... Yeah. Nah. Not that there's any powers I have that would really help. Or any powers I could unlock that would really help against him.